Hello and welcome back to another video. So this will be the first match of the semifinals in the Legend Tournament. It's going to be between DMomsinator and Anonymous. DMomsinator beat Excalibur 2-0 to advance to this stage, and Anonymous beat X-Hax 2-1. Right off the bat here, we got DMomsinator cycling some archers in the back. I'm going to assume he is running Expo as he's quite a good Expo player. Couple top 10,000 placements on ladder with it. Anyhow, Expo will be going down right hand lane. Royal Giant immediately for Anonymous. Fisherman as well. Fisherman pulls in the archer but doesn't actually finish it off. Royal Giant will take out that Expo though. A knight will have to go down, so it is going to be 3.0 Expo for DMomsinator. And Anonymous could just be running that Royal Giant cycle deck. Not too sure if he's got Lightning, Fireball. Actually, with Zappies, this might not be Royal Giant Psycho, but might be Royal Giant Giant Skeleton, so we're going to have to see on that one. However, DMomsinator almost positive he's just running classic old 3.0 Expo. So almost any Royal Giant matchup not going to be in his favor, but that Expo is placed really well. Royal Giant wasn't in cycle, so he's able to get a lock on that left-hand tower. Royal Giant is down now, however, Expo is still chipping on the tower. Earthquake goes down as well, takes out the Archer and Skeletons. However, Tesla will come down and clean up this Royal Giant. So now we see the 6 cards for Anonymous not looking like a very good matchup for the Expo player. That early lock is going to be a godsend for DMomsinator as he's able to get a good 700 damage lead. Usually in a matchup like this, almost any Royal Giant matchup, you're not able to get many Expo locks, as they have obviously the Royal Giant, the Giant Skeleton, and then even if they don't have those in hands, they can always just do a Fisherman or even Zappies, just something to distract your Expo long enough for them to Earthquake it. That being said, DMomsinator is able to get some Fireball value on the Fisherman. That is going to be one of his win conditions here. Giant Skeleton, though, is going to get towards this Expo. Fisherman's pulling itself in, but the Knight catches both of them here. So actually, the Expo is going to be decent health. Something is going to have to go down. That's going to be the E-Spirit to prevent the lock. Still, though, a little bit of chip from the Expo before the bomb takes it out. And then the Earthquake was actually pulled out there. Royal Giant should be back in hand, so DMomsinator isn't going to be able to Expo, but he is able to cycle a lock and then an Ice Spirit. Royal Giant now going towards the back left, so DMomsinator Expo's on the right hand side. Giant Skeleton will prevent the lock. Skeletons go down from DMomsinator to try and catch that. However, this Royal Giant's just slowly trotting his way down the left. DMomsinator is going to place some archers to meet that. A Fisherman will be escorting this Royal Giant as the Knight is catching the Giant Skeleton. Zappy's coming down as well. Seems like quite a big push coming in for Anonymous. Tesla placed high just to avoid that Earthquake. That will do really good to defend this push. Fisherman pulls itself into the Tesla just to die there. Zappies are both low health. However, that one on the left might get a shot off. It does. Fireball goes to the Hunter that was placed too close to that left-hand tower. A little more chip for DMomsinator as another Royal Giant comes in. Tesla is down, but the Earthquake is on this one. Log pushes the Royal Giant back. However, the Royal Giant is able to fire off one shot before going down. Lead still in DMomsinator's favor, but only about 600 damage now as he has his Knight crossing on the left-hand side. Zappies have to go down to distract this Knight. They will take that out as another set of archers are cycled in the back left. Royal Giant now at the bridge with an E-Spirit falling behind it. Zappies and Knight down on it. Earthquake right on the tower. That allows the high Tesla placement to be placed outside of that. Royal Giant takes out the Tesla but does not get a shot on the tower. Lead still in DMomsinator's favor, but it's slowly dwindling. Only about 450 damage in his favor. Fisherman placed to pull the Knight in, but that gets fireballed and taken out immediately. Royal Giant, E-Spirit both at the bridge. Archers on defense here. Skeletons were placed down. They get taken out by the E-Spirit. Tesla high, once again avoiding that Earthquake. Log goes down, but that won't actually chip at the tower, I believe. It misses the tower just barely. Lead still in DMomsinator's favor. However, another cycle is coming in. The closer we get, about 8 seconds away from triple elixir, the closer we get to triple elixir, the faster those Earthquakes can start to be cycled. Defensive Expo placed here on the Giant Skeleton, and then a Royal Giant and Fisherman all coming in on the left-hand side. A Knight Archers on defense, Tesla placed top left there, avoiding the Earthquake once again. Really good Tesla placements by DMomsinator here. Royal Giant almost at that tower, but doesn't actually fire a shot off here. A little bit of a counter push going for DMomsinator as the Giant Skeleton is placed down. Defensive Expo towards that right-hand tower. Hunter placed right at the left side of the bridge. Expo locks onto the Giant Skeleton, and not that Hunter actually. Skeletons have to go down so the Hunter doesn't fire a shot towards the tower. Fisherman pulling the Knight in that was just placed. The Tesla placed down takes out the Fisherman first, and the Log goes back, getting a little more chip. Looks like DMomsinator is able to cycle back to another Tesla now as that first one was taken out. Fisherman goes down. The Earthquake has to be cycled, so a Tesla can be placed. However, Fireball cycle is coming in for DMomsinator. Fireball and then a Log. Lead still in his favor. He should be able to cycle away here as long as the Royal Giant isn't able to sneak his way past that left-hand side. Fireballs keep coming in. A Log comes in. It looks like DMomsinator is going to be able to hold this game out and scrape the victory by 1-0. Alright, we are heading into game number 2 here. We did swap sides, so Demomsinator is now on top and Anonymous at the bottom there. And Demomsinator starting us off with Skeletons. Honestly, he just beat a very tough matchup, so I can't really see him swapping off of Expo. That being said, it looks like Anonymous is also going to run the same deck, because that being said, he did play that last matchup well. Demomsinator played it amazing. However, I'm sure Anonymous realized where he went wrong and will be able to correct those mistakes if this is the same matchup. It is looking like it as the Royal Giant goes down left-hand side, Knight on defense, Fisherman behind that, and now a Tesla placed a little bit further to the right than usual. And the log will come down. Looks like Anonymous is getting some early chip. Royal Giant fires a shot off on the tower, and then the Fisherman's going to take out this Knight out of the range of the Princess Towers, but won't actually be able to do much chip itself. So early lead right now for Anonymous. Demomsinator was able to win that last game from getting a nice early lock in single elixir, so we're going to have to see if that happens again. Earthquake actually cycled for Anonymous, so the Expo goes down. Giant Skeleton placed now, and it seems like both good counters for the Expo are out of hand, Royal Giant and the Earthquake. However, the Hunter and Giant Skeleton will be doing quite a good job cleaning this up. Giant Skeleton almost goes down with the help of the Fireball, but will reach that Expo, and then the Fisherman gets placed down just after, preventing any damage onto the tower. Really solid defense there from Anonymous. Demomsinator's definitely got his work cut out for him if he wants to win this matchup again. The biggest thing, like, I find, like, even myself, I like to say I'm a decent Expo player, but, like, Royal Giant, Giant Skeleton, yeah, that's not a matchup you win very often, let alone if you're able to win the matchup. I don't think the few games I've won, I would be able to win it if we just did a rematch right away, because you usually get, like, a couple sneaky little locks in there, a few Fireball value chips, and yeah, at the next game, the person immediately knows, okay, I'm just not going to let that happen again. So I'm sure Anonymous is going to be a lot more careful about those mistakes that happened last game, and he's going to really make Demomsinator work if he wants to win this game. So lead still in Anonymous' favor by about 200, and Demomsinator has to opt for the Defensive Expo already. Defensive Expo in the right-hand lane, his Knight in the left, and he gets some Fireball and log value on the Hunter on that left-hand tower. So lead now in Demomsinator's favor, but the Royal Giant, Giant Skeleton push coming in the left-hand tower. Ice Spirit Archers on defense, and there's a second mirrored Royal Giant now. So slightly different deck than last time, even harder of a counter here as he whips out that mirror. Level 13 Royal Giant trots to the tower, firing off a whopping one shot before going down, and the Expo now gets pulled out for Demomsinator. Zappy's on defense. Wow, that mirror is a bit of an unexpected card, so he swapped out the E-Spirit for mirror. So just in case that Royal Giant, just in case that Earthquake's out of cycle, it's not anymore, because he'll just spend one more elixir and plays it down. So once again, the lead is still in Anonymous's favor, and Demomsinator really is going to have to do some solid defenses if he wants to break through here. Even before last game, when he got his locks, those were in single elixir, so he's already looking a little worse off than last game just in terms of damage, not even counting the fact that that E-Spirit was swapped out for a mirror, so the multiple counters to the Expo can just be mirrored and brought back once you take them out. Either way, Royal Giant took out that Expo on the right, half health on the tower now. Earthquake goes down as well as the Knights trying to take it out. That tower's brought down to 2,000 health, however the left tower still the weak one at 1,600. Still not looking very good for Demomsinator trying to break through. Only about a minute and 15 left. We're about to approach triple elixir, and Anonymous is playing it really smart here. Just going to cycle Giant Skeleton in the back after that Expo was placed, build himself another big push. Basically, all he has to do is keep building these big, overwhelming pushes, and then if an offensive Expo comes in, just has to prevent the lock, get that Earthquake down. However, this defensive Expo is going to be taken out by the Earthquake. Tesla's actually placed to get that the Royal Giant's aggression, but the Fisherman took out that Tesla. So this Royal Giant is still going to reach tower and fire off one shot before going out. The Giant Skeleton that died in the left will take out the Archers with its bomb, as well as I believe that was a Spirit that was placed. So it keeps snowballing towards Anonymous's favor here. Demomsinator has to go for a Knight in the right-hand tower. However, he's going to opt for the Fireball cycle on the left. Lead is in Anonymous's favor, but just like 60 damage. That Earthquake cycle will bring it in his favor. However, the Tesla on defense catches the Royal Giant. Fisherman pulls itself into that Tesla, taking it out once again. Royal Giant is near full health. Another Tesla has to be pulled out. This Knight is chipping away at the Royal Giant, but a second one is now placed at the bridge. Giant Skeletons and Zappies were taken out there by the log. A log comes in by Demomsinator, taking out the Ice Spirit. Royal Giant has locked in the tower, bring it down to 500. Anonymous is able to take this second game 1-0, bringing this to a 1-1 series. Okay, after Demom's took that first game 1-0 and Anonymous rallied back for the 1-0 victory in the second game, we are now on series point for both players. Demom's is going to start us off with that skeleton barrel on the left hand side, looking like a possible double barrel bait for him as the tombstone goes down on defense. Skeleton King now from both players going into the left hand lane, so looking like Skeleton King bait decks possibly. Anonymous, honestly, quite a few options. Could be rocking Royal Giant still. Could honestly even be rocking the Lava Hound Skeleton King, so we're going to have to wait and see. Fireball goes down on that Dark Goblin. Pretty sure Demom's is rocking double bait as he puts the Skeleton Horde on the right hand side. Valkyrie on defense for Anonymous. Skeleton Kings are just slowly battling on the left hand side, just beating each other down. Demom's lives to tell the tale, but actually does get to pop the ability before going down. That's huge. Meanwhile, this Valk Graveyard on the right for Anonymous. Arrows on defense helps him, but big damage on this right hand tower. Valk locked on, chipped quite a bit with the Graveyard. Huge damage on both sides, but about 700 damage lead right now for Anonymous. And just looking at the matchups, seems Anonymous does have Valkyrie, he does have arrows. However, Demom's has quite a bit of bait potential here. Anonymous doesn't really have a small spell, however, arrows and fireball can both be very useful in this matchup, as well as the Skeleton King basically farming any death damage, basically channeling that to get his little inner graveyard going out. That being said, a Goblin Barrel went down that left hand tower, got fireball immediately, and then Demom's just fires another Goblin Barrel. That pulls out the Skeleton King from Anonymous, but not before that Goblin Barrel brings the tower down to 366. Demom's got his Skeleton King on the right, Skeleton Barrel behind that one. And the defense is going to be a Valkyrie. That's placed a little bit low, so it should take out some of those skeletons as well. It does so, but the tower's brought down to 2100. Anonymous pops the ability from his Skeleton King. It's locked on the tower. With aggression from the Dark Goblin, Fireball has to be pulled out, but that tower's dropped down to now 1000. The Valk on the right's going to swing at the tower not once, but twice. Actually 3 times, fully taking out that right hand tower. Goblin Barrel will be coming in on the left, not evening up the game, but bringing that tower down to 6 health. Looks like the Mumslinger actually is lacking direct damage aside from that fireball though, so no logger, nothing convenient to take out that tower. And already a nice lead for Anonymous. He does have the tower lead as well as about 1100 damage. A fireball down on that Goblin Barrel. Skeleton Barrel is going to reach the tower, but arrows go down, taking that one out. Only 30 seconds left, so a fireball comes in, evening the game up 1-1. As the Mumslinger is going for another Goblin Barrel on the right. That's going to be just completely tanked as the Dark Goblin on defense here. Anonymous just working on a push of his own. He's got a Graveyard down, and Inferno Dragon and Skeleton King are sort of stuck on the bridge. That's going to allow the Dark Goblin and Skeleton Horde from Demonsnator to fully clean that one up. As he goes for a Skeleton Barrel and Goblin Barrel push, this Skeleton King still has a fair bit of health. That forces the Fireball out for Demonsnator, while the Arrow and Tombstone defense is clean from Anonymous. Lead in his favor by about 700. Just 1 elixir lead for Demonsnator. Both players are going for the reset. Dark Goblin in the back, Graveyard on the left hand tower. Valk was placed in the pocket for Anonymous. Demonsnator places the Skeleton King on defense. A fireball goes down, taking out that Dark Goblin. One skeleton, the very back left of the tower, got a little bit of chip, brought that down to under 500. Skeleton King, Skeleton Barrel, and a Goblin Barrel. Seems like a misplayed Goblin Barrel twice there from Demonsnator. Wasn't able to capitalize on this push, and sadly no ability there from the Skeleton King. Defending Skeleton King right now from Anonymous is getting taken out by the Dark Goblin. Zappies were placed on the Dark Goblin, taking that out, and the Skeleton Barrel that was just placed. Decently good counter push coming in now. There's a Valkyrie and 2 Zappies, but another barrel coming in with the Skeleton King in the pocket for Demonsnator. He's still going in here. One more barrel as the Skeleton King's distracted by a Tombstone. Nothing's on that barrel. It's getting a little bit of chip on the tower. Tower's now at 800 damage. Leads still in Anonymous's favor, but only 300 now. Valk's chipping away at the King Tower. That's being ignored, but the Graveyard that's coming in is huge. Graveyard on that left-hand tower. Nothing attacking the Skeletons. The tower was targeting the Zappies, and Anonymous takes this game 2-1, winning this series 2-1, and advancing to the finals.